This video is about culture and financial literacy and financial mindset of our people, our Latin American people. Okay, what I've noticed is that our people have a very hard time becoming investors. And I'm seeing it here in El Salvador. This is where I live now. I have a company out here. I have a business, real estate business. And I'm learning a lot of things here about the business, but also about people that I would have not had the chance to learn in New York. In New York City, I did real estate for over 10 years. I sold real estate, mostly condos and townhouses, brownstones. And in the 10 to 11 years that I did the business for in New York, not one buyer of mine was Latin American. I had buyers of every other race but Latin American, and this is not a racial thing. This is a cultural thing. This has nothing to do with skin color or with your race. But this has a lot to do with the mindset that we are indoctrinated by in our youth in these Latin American cultures. And why is it so hard? Why is it so hard for Latin American people to become investors and invest in their future? And that's again because of the culture. Can you tell me 5 influential or intellectual leaders that the Latin American people have to educate us and inspire us? And no, Daddy Yankee and Bad Bunny and Tekashi 6ix9ine, these people are not proper role models. These people are entertainers. They're clowns. They are paid to entertain you. They are paid to keep you busy. They are essentially paid to keep you ignorant. If you remember the Roman times, right before the collapse of the Roman Empire, Caesar initiated a full year of games, free games, Colosseum, gladiator fights, chicken fights, rooster cock fights, whatever you name it, whatever you call it. One whole year of free games. Why? Because people needed to be entertained. Why? Because it's better for the elite class for you to be entertained, and it's better for them for you to be busy with nonsense. So this has many factors and this has many layers to it. It's not that simple, which is why I want to make a video. And hopefully at the end of the video, your perspective might change a little bit and it might help you become an investor. Why do I care? Why do I care if you become an investor? Well, I think it's our duty as human beings to help one another, to provide value. I've tried to help my family, I've tried to help friends, and it doesn't go so well sometimes. And when it doesn't go well, you start to think to yourself, maybe I shouldn't talk to anyone, maybe I shouldn't give anyone any advice, I shouldn't help anyone really and just help myself out. Maybe I should just be more selfish and just worry about myself, which is arguably not a bad tactic. Michael Jordan has a quote that says, be humble and be selfish. So, you have to take care of yourself first and foremost. But if you have a message that you can share to people, and now we have social media, we have an opportunity to be able to reach millions of people across the globe in a matter of seconds. So why not? I believe there are a lot of people out there that need to hear this message. I believe there are a lot of people out there that want to be investors, that are tired of living the rat race. I call it the rat life because that's what it is. You're basically a rat, a hamster on a wheel that spins infinitely. They tell you to work hard. They tell you to work hard. They tell you to work your whole life for the boss, for el patrón, right? This is what your parents teach you to do. Go get a job. My mother used to tell me to go work at Walmart or at Target, which I'm not knocking anyone that works at these places, but you have to understand there are levels to life. There are levels to financial freedom. A lot of people believe that because they live life through a certain lens, through a certain perspective, that everyone else does. But that's not the case. There are a lot of people out there living the life you want to live. And these people are not smarter. They're not more talented. They have nothing special over you. And they're living the life that you want to live. And why is that? And again, it goes back to culture. Maybe they had a different culture growing up. Maybe their parents and their teachers and their leaders taught them about financial literacy, financial independence, investing for the future, creating generational wealth. These are topics and these are terms that I never heard about as a child. These are topics that I never heard my parents speak about once. All I heard them speak about was working hard for someone else, or not working at all because the system is corrupt, the system is bad, blah, blah, blah. Give you a bunch of excuses why you should be basically non-existent, a ultra NPC in this reality where nobody will ever remember your name, not even your friends sometimes. And I'm offering you an alternative. I'm offering you an opportunity where you can change your mindset, you can change your perspective, because at the end of the day, investing is 90% mindset. It's 10% funds and money and capital that you need to invest. But I know people that have capital, but they cannot invest. And why is that? That's because of the program that has been coded over their minds and their beings. These people will never invest. I have properties for sale here in the country for $10,000, $5,000, and people look at them and they don't pull the trigger. They don't buy. That's because they have too many negative beliefs, too many negative thoughts in their own mind that's preventing them from becoming investors, from turning the page to the other side where there's more freedom. I mean, I'm not boasting about my life, but I haven't had the need to work since I was 27 years old. I'm 35 years old now. And I've been broke. I've been dead broke. I didn't grow up from privilege, even though I was born in the United States. I was born in New York. I wasn't born of privilege. I never had a silver spoon. I had to work for everything my whole life. My parents didn't give me $1 or a t-shirt my whole life. I basically raised myself. A woman that is not even related to me by blood raised me. And so there really is no excuse. I didn't have proper role models. I had fake people around me my whole life. And all it takes is desire to change, desire for something better. First and foremost, if you don't have desire, if you don't want a better life for yourself or for your family, then in my opinion, that's being selfish in the negative way. I believe selfishness works like debt. There's bad debt and there's good debt. There's credit card debt and there's mortgage debt that you can use in your favor as leverage to help you acquire properties for rental, passive income, whatever. Same thing goes with being selfish. You could be selfish in a way where you take care of your family and yourself with so much focus that people call you selfish. And they may not know that you help other people in different ways, whether it's with money or with words or encouragement, whatever. I've tried to help people, my family and friends, with money. That doesn't work well. Which is why Jesus says, teach a man how to fish, don't give a man fish. It's very wise words. Very simple words that are taken lightly and they're not taken very serious. But again, we go back to culture because this is what this is about. Our culture is not programmed to become investors. Our culture is very, very new. Our culture is not older than 600 years old. We are the product of a conquest. We are the product of an inquisition. We are the product of mass murder and rape. It's probably a word I can't say on social media, but it's the truth. And we are the children of that combination of conquistadors coming here and creating their own world in these native lands. I mean, Spanish is not even our language. People don't even realize that. I mean, we are so lost as a people. I'm not saying everyone, but a lot of the people in our culture are so lost that they believe Spanish is their original language. Spanish or Castellano comes from Spain. No one spoke Spanish on this continent from Canada to Argentina before the year 1500. No one spoke that language here. And we didn't even have Christianity here. We didn't even know about Jesus here until the Europeans came over, right? So we are a breed, a culture of people who are only coming out of its own cave. We have to sort of create our own character, our own personality, and become people that invest for the future. Why is it that Latino people are considered in the United States one of the lower ranking races when it comes to financial status? I mean, we are almost at the bottom of the list in terms of finances, in terms of education, in terms of discipline. I mean, something so small like a study that Duolingo has done is they've graphed the most disciplined students and the least disciplined students, and the most disciplined students on the app were the Japanese. Asian people are extremely disciplined, but this is a culture that goes back thousands of years with real values and principles. Our race, our culture is new. It's only 500, 600 years old, and we're just trying to get to know ourselves. We don't even know who we are. We don't even know who our great grandfathers are. I mean, 6 grandfathers ago, we were living here. We were natives without knowledge of any other world. And here we are. Now we are here. A lot of us are still in the native land where your forefathers were conquered, or you might have flown to other countries, fleeing from wars or terror in any sense. And you found yourself in a brand new country, whether it's Canada, United States, but that isn't your country either. You went to this country because you were escaping something in your homeland. You arrived to a brand new country where you were forced to just survive. Survival is the name of the game for us. Working hard for someone else is the name for us. Being a good employee, like being a good student, is the name for us. We're not taught to have our own businesses, how to invest. There's no one in our culture that is a positive role model, possibly except for Nayib Bukele. But you cannot expect Daddy Yankee or Bad Bunny or these other clowns to educate you and to give you intellectual knowledge for you to become free men and free women. These people are there to entertain you. These people are there to take your time away from you. These people have never told you that your attention is an asset. This is why WhatsApp was bought by Facebook for $19 billion, even though WhatsApp didn't make any money. It's because WhatsApp had a very big user base. And when you have users, you have attention. So attention is a currency. That's why they call it pay attention. I mean, you have to pay attention really to the words that you use every day. I mean, everything is hidden in plain sight. You've been taught to believe that you are less than what you really are. I mean, I hear people all the time in this country calling me Chele, Chelito, and I mean, these are terms that are basically labeling you as the tone of your skin. And this comes from a slave mindset. This is a slave mindset habits that people have here of distinguishing each other by skin color. Someone of darker skin is expected to work in construction. Someone of lighter skin is expected to work what? At a bank, at a call center. But it's bullshit. It's bullshit programming. It's programming that's meant to keep you down. And it comes from slave mindset. Back in the day, lighter skinned slaves worked inside the house, and darker skinned slaves worked outside the house. right? So yeah, we have to really think about what we say and how we feel about ourselves and each other, right? This comes back from generational trauma. This is generational trauma. This is the reason why it's hard for you to invest your money and buy land. It's because you're not programmed to do that. You're not programmed to be free. You're programmed to be a slave your whole life, and they give you entertainment so that you can feel better about yourself. They put these role models in your face, these sports players, ball players, baseball players, reggaeton artists. I mean, these they're entertainers. You know, they're jesters, they're clowns. That's what they really are. If they really cared about the culture, they would educate you. They wouldn't give you fish, but they would teach you how to fish. Or perhaps maybe they don't know how to fish themselves, and they just know how to be a puppet and get paid very well for being a puppet. Because trust me, the system, the government, the elite, whatever you want to call it, the industry, they pay very handsomely for someone who's able to influence the masses. And this is their business. Influence the masses. They know they can't do it, so they're going to pay someone else to do it for them. Someone that they think that the youth will look up to. Like these gestures, like these entertainers, who really have no intrinsic value if you really think about it. If we are in a time of crisis, where inflation or super inflation is getting out of hand, where your dollar that you're slaving away for is becoming worthless every single day, and you don't know how to invest, you don't know how to buy property, you don't know how to buy cryptocurrency, you don't know how to invest in stocks, in mutual funds, in 401k, whatever. If you don't know how to do these things and you're spending most of your time following these people, watching their shows, watching their content, what are they truly doing for you but entertaining you, keeping you distracted? So to make a video not too long, to make it shorter, I just want to end off by saying you need to reinvent yourself as a culture. You need to establish your boundaries, and you need to establish what you're willing to accept as a form of life. You need to really think about what you think you deserve as far as your lifestyle, the people that are around you, and you need to really consider and look deeper into yourself to think what you think you're capable of. And I say this for a reason. If you think you're not capable of much and you believe you don't deserve much, then there's your answer. This is why you'll never have much, and this is because of the programming. If you didn't program yourself, someone programmed you. That's the truth. Your mind is like a sponge. Your mind is like a computer program. You have to tell your mind what X equals Y, or when X equals Y, it equals Z, etc. Like, you have to really tell yourself the meaning of life and what things mean. If you allow the news and reggaetoneros and these idiot influencers to tell you what's important and what is not, you're going to suffer your whole life. You're going to struggle. And life is not meant for us to struggle. The Bible says that the poor will stay poor, more will be taken from them, and the rich will become even richer. You might not understand why it says that, but I'll tell you why. Poor people will continue to be poor because it's a mindset. This is what they feed to themselves. The mind is very powerful. If you don't take control of your mind, they will take control over your mind for you, and they will tell you what's right, and they will tell you what your standards should be. Okay? So you should really go back to the drawing board. It's never too late. If you're 40 years old, 50 years old, 60 years old, it doesn't matter. You can still fix your life. You can still become an investor. You can still have money work for you. I mean, why would you save money? Why would you put money in the bank when your dollar is being dismantled, is being decimated every single day? I mean, look at the price of Bitcoin. Doesn't that tell you something? Have you ever wondered why one Bitcoin is costing $90,000 right now? Did you ever think about it? Do you think it's a mistake? Do you not think there's a science or a financial reason behind that? Do you understand that it's illegal, or it's not possible for people to easily buy cryptocurrency in the United States? Do you understand that? Do you understand why? It's because the rich want to stay rich, and the poor will stay poor by design. But you have the choice, you have the power to become your own person, to educate yourself. I think this is the best use of my time to make these videos, because I mean, I share this advice with people individually, one-on-one. Sometimes it goes in through one ear, out through the other ear, and I can tell when that happens, so I just stop talking. But I know there are people out there that will watch the video, that will resonate with what I'm saying, that would agree with what I'm saying, because the truth is out there. You just have to see it. Sometimes someone has to tell you what the truth is, not just keep you entertained and keep putting out these tracks, these reggaeton tracks that all sound the same, that are very mind-numbing. I really believe that these beats, these 808 beats, just destroy your mental capacity. I mean, I believe there are studies on this, but that's for another topic. And yeah, so restructure yourself, redesign yourself, take control of your life, become an investor, work hard for a purpose. Don't work hard for a boss, because you're indispensable. They can just replace your ass any minute. So take charge of your life, invest in yourself, invest in your mind, invest in your education, your financial literacy. I mean, there are opportunities still now. I mean, this is not financial advice, but there are meme coins out there that are going to surpass the dollar. I'm not going to mention which ones they are, but there are meme coins, meaning that these coins have no intrinsic value, but neither does the dollar. The dollar doesn't have any intrinsic value. The dollar isn't backed up by anything. It was backed up by gold until 1971, until Nixon took it off the gold standard. And then the Fed said, which is Federal Reserve of the United States, which is not part of the United States, They are not federal, and they do not have reserves. They are a printing machine. They printed over $20 trillion over the COVID scamdemic. I'm sorry, it's also spam. And this was their excuse to print the shit out of the US dollar. They devalued it. You still don't know about it because you're still listening to reggaeton and watching Familia Peluche. So you're uneducated. You don't know what's going on, which is why you're suffering, which is why you're poor. And I'm sorry. I mean, I didn't make you poor. I didn't make you uneducated. I didn't force you to listen to Bad Bunny and to Tekashi and to watch Familia Peluche. I didn't force you to do these things. You did it. You did these things. So there's still a chance. There's still an opportunity. There is always an opportunity. I mean, think about it. Children are being born today. They're 1 year old or they're 1 day old. They were just born yesterday and today. Does that mean that there is no opportunity for them because all the opportunity is gone? No. This is limited mindset. This is scarcity mindset, slave mindset. Again, going back to the same thing. No, the world is abundant. This is what they didn't tell you. They sell you this idea and this concept of scarcity, that everything is limited. We have a limited amount of money, of water, of food, of land. This is how they keep you poor. I mean, you never realize how much under attack your mind is constantly by your government, your teachers, your leaders, your idols, the people you worship. So if you're hurting right now, if you're struggling, I mean, just take that as a sign to change. What else do you need? Just change. It's easy. It takes one decision. I'm out here in Salvador for some time. I'm not sure how long I'll be out here for. I'm out here because there's a lot of opportunity out here that the local people don't see it themselves. They don't see they don't see the diamonds and the acres that they grew up on. Other people do. The Chinese do, Canadians do, Americans do. And they're here, they're buying real estate. What's expensive to one person is very cheap for another. And the world will keep on growing. Opportunities will keep showing up. Either you will be ready for them or you won't. Either you will take some courses on financial literacy, on blockchain, on real estate, on finance, what have you. Or you'll keep listening to Daddy Yankee and Bad Bunny and watching Familia Peluche and all these nonsense shows, nonsense garbage. It's like eating fast food for your brain. Gets you nowhere. And you really have no excuse. So get yourself out of this victim mindset. Take charge of your life. You're not a victim. No one forced you to do anything. We're living in 2024. You have the internet. You have ChatGPT at your fingertips. It's free. You can educate yourself. You can spend an hour, 2 hours a day learning about new things that you never knew about. So there is no excuse. If you are broke, it's your own fault. If you are fat, it's your own fault. Stop making excuses. Stop being a victim. Step into yourself. Step into your higher self. We were born to win. We were born to succeed, but we were programmed to fail. We were programmed to be slaves. God made us to win. Man programmed us to fail. And that's that. So I'm here. You can reach out to me via email. You can ask me questions about how to get started on your road to financial freedom. I can give you some tips. I mean, you can get tips, you can read books all over the place, but you rarely have the opportunity to talk to someone freely without being charged hundreds of dollars or thousands of dollars. And I'm happy to give free advice. I'm happy to help my people out at any time. Just send me an email, and I will definitely share some insight, some knowledge where I can. I wish you guys the best. I wish you guys financial freedom. I wish you guys a good life, a life away from struggle and slave mindsets. Okay, so all the best. Peace out.